Yo, what's going on, guys? Schmitty here. Welcome back to another video, and today, guys, we have Journal Live video episode number 17. Today, guys, just sitting down, talking to you guys, and this is probably one of my most important topics I have covered, just simply because it relates to a lot of people, and I feel like by me talking about it, by me sharing some of my examples, my opinion, everything like that, I think it'll help a lot of people out there because I feel like we share the same fear. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. My biggest fear, and believe it or not, though it is my biggest fear, it's a lot of people's fear. A lot of people have this fear. I believe everybody, in fact, has this fear, has experienced it at some point. So this is very important. That's why I want to talk about it with you guys. So today we're going to be talking about my biggest fear, which is failure. So any amount of failure, big or small, I absolutely hate it. It drives me nuts. And I, become scared of it, and kind of affects the way I do things in life. So you guys know, whenever you really do something in life, you kind of envision it in your head, you kind of think about it, how exactly it's going to go. You're going to do this thing, and this thing's going to follow that, and everything's just going to come together, and it's going to be just this great, perfect thing that's going to happen. You got it all planned out in your mind. But then, something happens, it doesn't really go exactly to plan. Sometimes it doesn't even go to plan at all, and then everything just goes haywire. And then you feel like you failed, you let yourself down, maybe even let a bunch of other people down, and you hate it. You hate that feeling of failure, hate that feeling of you screwed up, and things didn't go the way you wanted them to. People really hate that feeling. So then what we tend to do is we tend to minimize the amount of situations we could put ourselves in which this feeling could potentially come up again. So instead of trying stuff and going out and wanting to do new things or just try something different for once, sometimes we kind of back away from that and we stick with what we're comfortable with, what we know is good and going to work, so then we don't potentially put ourselves in that moment of failure again. In reality, that's the last thing which we should be doing. But the problem is we're so comfortable with it, we feel like it's right, and we feel like it's really the only safe way to go because we're so afraid of that failure point again. I kind of always think about the quote from Michael Jordan where he talked about, he's missed so many shots in his career and so many game winners, and he's failed over and over again in his life, but that's why he succeeds. And to some people it may not make a lot of sense, but the only way you really fail in life is when you don't try. Because you can't succeed, you can't really accomplish anything above and beyond that to make yourself great and to make yourself what you want to be without trying something. And when people just kind of sit back and sit within their comfort zone and don't really go out and do anything, that really limits their potential and what they can really accomplish in life and everything they can go out and be. And I've kind of talked about this before, and I'm probably always going to go back to this video at some point that I made about 4 months ago, back in March, I believe, somewhere around there. My advice vlog I did called Something You Guys Should All Hear. If you guys have not seen that video yet, I will have a link down in the description. Go check it out. No, it's not the greatest quality. No, I didn't cut it, edit it, and make it probably as amazing as I could probably make it now. But probably the best advice that I could ever give. And that video went over great back when I uploaded it. Like, really great back when I uploaded it. And if you guys have not seen that video, please, 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 please click the link down in the description and go check out that video. Anyway, getting back to this, it limits people's potential. Maybe somebody could go out and they could be something great, and all they would have to do is just try one thing. But because they stayed in their comfort zone and they just never went out and tried the one thing that could have just changed their life forever, they're stuck doing something boring, something lame, some 9-to-5 job, nothing special, nothing spectacular. When if they just tried the one thing they could have realized in their life that they could do something great, something huge, something big. So I encourage you guys, if you're in a situation and you feel like maybe something good could come out of it, but you're nervous, you think it's risky, it could potentially just not go your way, try it. Your life could change forever. And you could probably look back at that moment and think, if I never did that, I would never be where I'm at today. And I really think the more and more you guys do this, I think you'll continue to see your lives change. So, I've read a lot of articles and seen a few videos on this just to kind of get some more ideas rolling around in my head about this topic. And I saw a really good example. Every day in your life, you're just going to face many decisions. Between one thing or another. It's just going to be a two-decision thing that goes on in your life. And it's more than likely going to be pretty small, nothing too big, and you're not going to have big decisions every day in your life, but you're going to make a choice. And almost every time, that choice is going to be stay in your comfort zone, just stay normal, stay the same, do the easy thing, or experience growth. Go out and try the new thing. For example, you're sitting in class and got a question, but don't really know if you should ask it in front of everybody. Don't really know how it's going to go. The easy thing is just sit there, be quiet, keep to yourself, not say anything. Or you could choose to grow. You could raise your hand, ask the question. Like I said, it's the smallest things in life. But by doing those small things, it just evolves yourself as a person, and you'll continue to grow, and you'll be able to make those tough decisions that could lead to failure. But, at some point, us as people, we gotta stop being so afraid of that. Me personally as well, I struggle with this probably as much as anybody. Like I said, it's my biggest fear. It is a factor in every decision I make in life. It could be something as small as, a potential death in Call of Duty. Or it could be all the way up to, potentially ruining a relationship with a friend or somebody like that. It can be the smallest thing in life that just may not seem like it matters, but just try something different. Don't live your life in fear, especially of failure. Everybody fails, which is kind of why fear of failure is silly, but everybody deals with it. Nobody wants to fail. I feel like everybody's main goal in life is to fail as little as possible. In reality, we need to change that, and we need to make our goal in life to be the person that tries as much as possible. Like I said, you only fail if you don't try. That's guaranteed failure. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, guys. I just know that there's something inside of everybody that if they just branch down, just stop fearing what other people thought of them or potential failure, they just stop fearing that, they could branch out and do something great. I guess one of the best examples, at least easiest examples to make for you guys is me here on YouTube. I've told you guys, like I said back in that advice vlog, I told you guys, I'm going to keep bringing that video up. I told you guys back in that video that it took a lot for me to stop caring what people thought of me. And it's hard, and it was way harder back in middle school, high school, all that stuff, because people are just jerks. People will find every little flaw inside of you and just expose it, and it's terrible. It's extremely annoying. But now that I'm out of that now, it's allowed me to branch out at least a little bit. Not fully. Now I'm here and now I'm making videos, and though I'm no iconic figure, I'm no big YouTuber, I'm no nothing yet, I'm still a minuscule channel. I'm still doing something that I've wanted to do for a very, very, very long time. And I've finally, just grown a set and gotten out and done it. And I kind of wish I would do that with some other things in life, but this was one big step that I wanted to take. And a lot of judgment gets passed when you put yourself out like this, and you just don't care anymore, and you do something as big as this. I know that there's a lot of people out there that I know that watch my videos, and that was probably one of my biggest fears from doing YouTube earlier than I have, is, okay, people I know are going to watch my videos. What are they going to think? Are they going to accept it? Are they going to think it's weird? Is it just going to start around school and then I'm just going to look like the biggest moron ever? And that was, I don't know, that was scary, and it just kept me from doing YouTube earlier than I have. I've had my channel, like I said, for 3 years, but I haven't done it up until about January, and I've done it for the last 6 months, and I love it, and things have gone great. Like I said, still a minuscule channel, but I'm farther than I could have seen myself going a long time ago, a couple years ago. I'm farther than I could have seen myself then. Of course, everybody has that dream of hitting some big milestone, 1 million, something like that, and of course I've thought about it. Everybody that has done YouTube's thought about it or something, but realistically, I don't know that it will happen. But I know realistically, thinking about potentially doing this a while ago, that I didn't think I'd even get to this point. I thought I would just keep trying it and keep quitting it, and just would never end up doing it because I didn't have the guts to do it. I'm so glad that I've done it. I've gotten a ton of good feedback, ton of support from both people that I know and people that I don't know. You know, though my channel's small, I've got a great viewership. You know, everybody that's on my channel supports it, and they love the videos, and that's awesome. And, you know, as you grow bigger, that's when you start getting the hate. But I'm so thankful to have a lot of support. And like I always tell you guys, the support that you guys give drives these videos. Because, you know, everybody at some point just kind of wakes up, and no matter what they're doing, sometimes they just don't have the motivation to do it. But when I wake up in the morning after uploading a video or something, or whatever it may be, and I see comments on the videos, and just something, keep up the great work, something as simple as that, or they just say, keep up the great work, great video, really love the content, whatever, that just drives me to get up and make another video. Or, okay, that's awesome, you know, great, so happy I got that comment, you know, that means a lot. I guess what I'm saying is that a while ago, you know, a couple years ago, I wanted to do this, but I couldn't get myself to do it because I was too afraid, and I didn't want to fail, and, you know, I didn't want people to think less of me or anything. And but then back in January, I said, screw it, not in high school anymore. I don't have this large amount of people that I'm going to see every day that could potentially say something of this, so screw it, I'm just going to try it. I'm going to give it a go. And, you know, I'm so glad I did. And I'm doing something that I love to do. I get to sit here and entertain and make content and do something that I always wanted. So guys, ask yourself, has there ever been one thing you wanted to do, but you just said, I can't do it, that there's no way? Why not try it? Go for it. You'll be surprised where things go. Like I said, I'm sitting here now, still a small channel, but bigger than I thought I would ever get realistically. And back when I made that advice vlog video, I said that I didn't want to quit again from YouTube unless something forced me to do it. There was just something that happened in my life that just made this not possible to do it anymore. Even though I said that, within like the next month, I considered it. I'm not gonna lie, I did again. Just because there wasn't like growth, or just didn't seem like things were going the way that I had envisioned them to. And then that failure thought, that same mindset came back to me. And, you know, like I said, us people, we think that the best way to avoid failure is to put ourselves in as little situations possible to experience that, which, to put that in my example, means giving it up and just ending it, moving on, and not ever really thinking about it again. Now I'm sitting here, beginning of August, and I just came off my best month that I've had yet. You know, that being July, where I gained about 20 new subscribers, and just am getting a ton more support on the videos. We're sitting here close to 100, my big goal that I've had for a while now, and we're super close, and things are going great. All because I didn't give up, I didn't give in to that fear of failure, and I just kept going, and things are just getting better. So I don't mean to make it sound like next time you guys have a fear of failure, look back on this video, but you don't even have to think of me or what I've done, because I haven't done anything that special. But think of just about any iconic figure out there, any big celebrity, anybody that is a big name, a famous name, and I guarantee you they didn't get where they got just because they, you know, stayed in their comfort zone and they just did what was normal. At some point they branched out and they failed and failed and failed again, but look where they're at now. So I encourage you guys to think of that. Like I said, even with the smallest of things, because you never know what kind of impact it can have later in your life. But anyway, guys, that is just about all I wanted to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like down below if you did. Also subscribe. We got more videos coming soon. Guys, make sure this video gets shared. Put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, put it on whatever you got to put it on. Get the link out there, get the video out there. I want people to see this. I want people to stop being afraid of failure. I want people to do big things in life, and I want to see where people can go, what people can do when they just do what they want to do and stop being afraid. Like I said, the best people out there have gotten where they're at because they failed at some point, time and time again. So don't be afraid of failure. If failure happens, I guarantee you something great is going to come after it very soon. You're going to see your life change and become better than you could have imagined. So that has been all for the video, guys. Like I said, make sure to share this video up. Hit subscribe if you're new. We got a bunch more videos coming soon. Hope you all have a good one. I will see you guys on another video. So long, everybody.